What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Retro Reps Review channel. This is a different type of video. I have a request to show how I tie up my Jordan 1, so I wanted to just create a video to show everyone. I like to not tie up my laces, so I have a method where I get it pretty tight where you don't have to tie them up, and so I wanted to just share that with everyone. The way to start it is to go through the loop on the tongue. Seems a little crazy actually, but it works out pretty well. And then you basically even out the laces. So you want to just, even those out. And then what you want to do is always try to flatten out the laces. So I always flatten them out. And you're going to take the lace and run it through the top lace. And you're going to want to make sure that it stays pretty flat. And then you do the same on the other side of the sneaker. I just hold it and I pull it through flat. So then you've got the lace sort of going through there. And then I just sort of measure it. And this one's a little short, so gotta try to even them up as much as possible. I can't really get all this on film all that easy, but they are now, let me see. Yeah, they're still a little off. So gonna pull a little bit more over here, and then I'm gonna flip it around, and you basically start lacing it up. So I start from the outside, again, pulling the lace flat. You go down to the next one, and I use my fingers to hold the lace flat like that, and just sort of pull it through, flip it over. So make sure that we got one in there flat, and then we're going to do the other one. And again, the key is to hold the lace and go flat. And it looks a little strange at first, but I promise you, once you start lacing them this way, they do take a little while to, to lace up. But once you get used to it, here we go. I have a problem there. I had flipped it over, right? So gotta flip it around to get it right. And then you pull that one through. And before I go too much further, I want to make sure that they're even and they're even. So you basically just keep doing that. You pull that one again flat, and you come down. This sort of takes a little long time. I might create a faster video to speed this up. But it takes a little getting used to it first. And obviously I'm trying to get it all on camera, so it makes it a little bit more complicated. And again, the key to me to having the laces look good is to always make them flat. So again, let me make sure that looks like it's, hold on a second, did I flip it? Yeah, you gotta make sure it's flat, and then you pull it through, and there you're at the second one, or now you're at the lace where you go through the loop. Now actually, I think I could have gone through the loop there. That might have been the best one. Sometimes the loops on the tongues are not on the one that you're normally used to putting it through there, but I always like to thread it through that one, so just makes it look a little bit better. This, by the way, is a great shoe. It is from Anna Reps. I love this colorway, the royal blue, and there we go. And again, you know, it's all about getting these laces flat through here because you want it to look good when it's done. So again, I always flatten the lace out and go through the middle again. Get it over to this side. Here we go. Pull it through. Let's make sure we're doing it right. Okay. Boom. And there we go. And again, they're pretty flat. So start again on this side and pull it through down here. So, sorry about that. It's not so easy doing it on this tray, which I usually use to show you guys the sneakers, but you'll see when we're all set and done. And you know, this is a little bit tedious, but I always think that the laces make such a big difference. Now this one flipped over, just got to get it back on track, and there we go. So now we're coming down to the nitty gritty. We're getting close to the end. So hopefully these laces, sometimes the Jordan 1 laces are a little bit different length, so it's not always, some of them are a little bit, not always 100% the same size in every single pair. So there's two challenges when you get to the end. But this one's looking good so far. I think we're going to have just about the right amount left. So now we're down to the last one. And what you want to do on the last one is you're going to pull it through here. And you keep it flat. Okay. Now I know this looks extra, but I'll show you what we do at the top. And again, this lace looks longer than usual. So this sneaker is a little bit of a challenge. I might have to loosen some up, but you'll get the gist of this. There is a way to make it look a little tighter. So anyway, we're sort of stuck with that. Now what you do with this lace is you tuck it down through the inside of the sneaker, and you pull it out on this side. Okay, now we got some extra left over, so you feed it back through here, feed it back through the tongue loop. Okay, and again, it's a little awkward to do, so it does take time, especially when you're trying to film it. And then voila, you pull it through. And again, there's a little bit extra left over, but it's not terrible. And then I'll show you at the very end, you just sort of tighten it up based on how you want your shoelaces to look. So again, you push that one down through the top, it comes out here, and then you are gonna again push it through here, sort of tighten it up, and you punch it through this last hole, and there you go. Now, trying to give you a close-up. It's not 100% perfect. Sometimes you got to come back here and rebalance, but this is the way. This creates a nice tight fit. So you just put a pair of socks on and you're ready to roll, and it's tight, and you never have to tie your sneakers if you don't want to. So that's my way of tying up my shoes. It looks super natural on foot. It looks great. It's tight. It makes the shoe fit really well. And I'll just come up here to the mirror back here. We can take a great look. This is a great shoe, by the way. Anyone who likes the Game Royal, I'm going to zoom in for you. You can see all of the details of the sneaker, and really solid pair, as you can see. Top view. Give it on the front camera also. Little toe box, little love, and there we go. That is the way. I'll do a little spin around so you can see how it's going to look when it's fully laced up. Let me know if you like this method, and if you try it out, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it, and I will catch you all at the next episode.